I've been trying to record a passable intro to this video for the past few minutes and it's not really working, so hi, my name is Tamar. This is going to be two parts. One half is a band tee tour because I'm nosy and I like to see what other band tees people have. I like a collection, so I'll show you mine. And then the second half will be a little, not quite tutorial, but I really enjoy upcycling and DIY and all that good stuff. So I thought it could be neat to see what I do to some of the old ones that I don't really wear a ton. Sorry, I said old ones and I immediately thought like Lovecraftian Cthulhu creature. I'm not upcycling Cthulhu, we're talking about band tees. I'll show you what I do to my old shirts to make them a little more interesting and breathe new life into them and get me to actually wear them again instead of them just rotting in my closet. You'll probably be able to do most of these even if all you have is a pair of scissors. So without further ado, let me show you some band tees. I look like every toxic emo guy in the early 2000s with this beanie on right now and the swoopy hair on the side. Anyway, okay, so I have put all of my band t-shirts, specifically just the shirts, to a little pile over here, and we are just going to go through and sort through things I would like to keep as they are and things that I would like to alter. I used to have I think twice the amount of shirts that I'm about to show you, but I downsized a lot when I moved recently. So honestly, I'm kind of glad I did because I think I would feel very overwhelmed. Up first, Whitechapel t-shirt. So one, I just got this like a month and a half ago, but two, it fits me really nicely and the material is very comfy, so I'm gonna keep this shirt as it is. Shirt number two, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to like blur this graphic out or not. Cannibal Corpse. Oh shit. Cannibal Corpse t-shirt. I forgot to mention the Whitechapel shirt was a tour shirt. This is also a tour shirt. I think the tour shirts I'm going to be more inclined to keep how they are, but this one, I'm gonna have to try it on again before I make a decision, but I think I'm going to keep it the way it is. If it feels like it's a little bit too long, I'm gonna turn it into a crop top. I promise we're gonna get to shirts that I want to alter, I promise. But we gotta go through all of the band tees that I have so I can make that decision. Shirt number three, Aussie shirt. This is also a tour shirt. Has all the dates on the back. This is another one where it fits me really nicely and I like the material it's made out of, so I think I want to keep this the way it is. I promise we're going to get to shirts that I'm going to alter later, I promise. Speak of the devil and ye shall appear. We have Slipknot tour shirt also. This one, I've had it since I think 2016 because that's when I saw them, yes. The material of the shirt is not the worst, but it's not the best either. I do find that the very boxy fit of it as well as the material keeps me from wearing it as much as I think I would. So since it's so big and because I think it fits the vibe of the band and the shirt, I think for this one I'm going to just chop the sleeves off and probably cut off a bunch of this extra bottom fabric as well and just turn it into like a big boxy like muscle tank. Apple cider break. Oh, also say hi to Cricket Tot. I got him for Christmas. Isn't he so cute? He's so small. All right, I've already lost track of what number this is. Tool shirt. Also a tour shirt. The fabric of the shirt is nice, but I hate how it like sits on my body. It's like weirdly tight in some spots, but like weirdly loose in others. The graphic on the back I like more than the band logo on the front, to be honest with you. So because I want to keep both of those, I'll have to try it on to see what I'm gonna do with it, but I am going to alter this. One of the shirts I wear so often. I wore this shirt in my last video. I wear it all the time, really love it. My Robert Zombert t-shirt. It's starting to get some holes in it, so if nothing else, I do need to mend it a little bit because I wear it so goddamn often. I think she's gonna stay as she is because the graphic actually takes up like the whole shirt, which is very rare for a lot of band tees. But I do kind of wish it had like Rob at the top and Zombie on the bottom, purely so I could turn it into a crop top where it just says Rob and has like Rob's giant face on it with like no zombie at the end. It's just his name is Rob. But yeah, I think this is gonna stay as it is because it hits all the marks for a proper t-shirt. Not a band tee, but I think it's adjacent enough that it counts. This is a tattoo shop t-shirt. Says, I was brave at Swan Tattoo. This is where I've gotten all of my tattoos thus far, but that will change soon. Love the graphic on it, like that it's a big boxy tee. There's just a lot of extra material at the bottom here where the graphic ends. So I'm gonna keep it simple and I'm just gonna chop off a bunch of this extra material and just make it a big boxy crop top. This is a very old shirt. I don't even know if they're still active, Entombed in the Abyss. I wear this thing all the time because like the graphic is just pretty cool. I cannot lie. I do like how long it is, and even though there's like extra material at the bottom here, I don't think I want to cut it off or anything. I think I want to keep this how it is. It has so many holes in it at this point though, because I wear it all the time and I have for the past 10 years, so she has done her duty. Bauhaus shirt number 1. It's kind of weird because it's like long and gray. The print quality on the shirt is not very good. This fits very awkwardly on me and it's also very long, so I know I'm gonna alter it, but I am either going to do like another muscle tank or just like a regular crop top. I'm gonna do all the try on stuff like off camera, so you don't need to like be bored with that. We're getting close to the end of the pile, I promise. Okay, another shirt that I wear really, really frequently. Mr. Bungle. Also a tour shirt. This one is quite big and boxy, but I like how this fits on me, so she's going to say the same. We have Joy Division, just the classic Joy Division Unknown Pleasures t-shirt. Yes, I know everyone and their mother had this shirt for a really long time. I still have mine because I really like the band and I really like the album. The material on this is pretty nice and I like how it fits on me. I might entertain the idea of cropping it where Unknown Pleasures sits over here just because it's a little long on the bottom. Okay, up next we have 2 My Chem t-shirts. One of them is good, one of them is not. My favorite album of theirs, I think, is 3 Cheers. And so, of course, I have a 3 Cheers shirt. This fits a bit tight on me, and there's a lot of extra blank space at the bottom, so I'm going to try it on to double check the fit of it, but if it looks like it would be a good crop top, then I'm going to just chop all that extra space off. So that was the good one. The next one. My Chem, we gotta talk. Love your music. Respect the commitment to theatrics in your stage performances and such. I saw you in August of this past year. One of the best concerts of my life. Really enjoyed it. That said, the tag on this shirt says 100% cotton. Unfortunately, dear viewer, you cannot feel the shirt as I show it to you, but I don't fucking believe you. I hate the feel of this shirt so much that I literally have not worn it since I bought it. There's a few things I could do with this. The last 2 are, I don't even know if I still want these shirts, to be honest. This I've had for, I think, 5 or 6 years at this point. It's like a big Iron Maiden t-shirt. The Eddie on it is pretty good. I like the washed, vintagey feel of it. It has these like pre-rolled hems on it. It's a cool looking shirt. It kind of has the same problem that most of the other ones do, where there's just so much extra material at the bottom that it keeps me from wearing it because it just kind of looks awkward. So again, gonna try it on for safety because it is a bit tight, but if it looks like it would be good as a crop top, I will just chop off all that extra bit at the bottom. I'm realizing like most of this is just crop tops. Sorry, I lied. There's 2 more shirts. This is technically like a t-shirt dress. This is another one where I've literally never worn it outside, but I really like the graphic on it, so we're gonna see what we can do. It is, thank you. It is a big ol' Jefferson Airplane tee. It's got this like white rabbit art on it. It's a t-shirt dress, so it fits really loosely, but it kind of ends quite high on the legs, so I don't really feel comfortable wearing it without shorts or anything. This is one I'm gonna have to try on to see if I can do anything with it. I think this would be a good candidate for just like huge baggy muscle tank. I think this would be good for that. And then finally, the other shirt that I just have worn into the ground since I got it like over 10 years ago. My beloved Bauhaus shirt. This was a full shirt at one point, but I just trimmed all the excess at the bottom. And I love how it fits. I have worn the hell out of it. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see all the bleach stains on it from the back. Yes, you can. My ride or die. I love you so much. Mwah. So that's all the shirts. A lot more in the keep pile than I thought there would be, but I think that's a good thing because that means I've picked out shirts that I really enjoy how they look. But we also have a decently sized altar pile to tackle, so let's get to it. I'll be using the swan shirt as the example for my slightly over-engineered method for cropping shirts. Start by putting the shirt on so you can see where everything actually fits on your body. If it's a long shirt like this, make sure you stretch it so that it's actually sitting at its full length and not bunched up. Then figure out where you want to crop the shirt. We're not actually cutting yet, so it's okay to guess. I tuck the excess under to basically fake what it would look like if I did cut it all off without having to commit to that yet. Once you find that imaginary line, mark the inside of your shirt. Don't be like me, I marked the outside because I knew I was cutting it off anyway, but please do this inside just in case you change your mind. If you do the inside, you can skip this part where I use a pin to mark that same line on the inside of the shirt. Then flip it inside out and use a ruler to draw a straight line, and this will be your cutting guide. And then just cut along the line. I like when my raw edge crop tops aren't perfectly straight. I like the little imperfections, so I didn't keep the shirt perfectly flat and spread out while I cut it. But if you want a cleaner looking cut, just have something holding down the shirt and use a good pair of scissors. Then flip it right side out again, and voila! You have a crop top. My less liked MCR shirt ended up being the only muscle tank, so here's how I made it. Start with your t-shirt, laid flat and folded in half. Draw where you'd like the new neckline to be. Not sure why I recorded me drawing this bunny, but clearly Tamar from 6 months ago thought it was important, so draw a bunny on your scrap fabric, I guess. Once you're done doodling, pin the two halves of your shirt together so it doesn't move a ton when you cut it, and this should help the neckline look symmetrical when you unfold it, and then just cut it off. And it will look like this. Try it on to make sure you're happy with it before moving to the sleeves. And we're doing the same thing, but on the sleeves. Pin the two sides of your shirt together and draw where you want your new big open sleeves to be. And then cut it off. Do that for both sleeves. And then it should look like this. Very big, open sleeves. Yes, thank you for demonstrating, Tamar. Next up is the Jefferson airplane tee. I saw the wonderful Samatary do this on Instagram, and I wanted to try it on one of my own shirts. So first we gotta cut off the hem so we have a raw edge to start plucking at. Should look something like this. Then you literally just start plucking at the individual threads at this raw edge until one comes loose but doesn't completely unravel. While this was my very first attempt at this, I found it weirdly difficult. I found using a pin to pull the threads out way easier than just using my nails, but I usually keep my nails quite blunt. But once you get those loose, you can pull at it to make a bigger loop. Hole? I don't know. And then do the same thing to the thread immediately after it, and you're literally pulling the individual threads apart one by one. It takes a while, so I put movies on while I did this. This is what it looks like after a few rows, but the more you pull, the bigger the gap becomes. And the more time goes by, the further you sink into the couch. If you want to do this, I hope to God you have a wrist brace. For this one, I took a tank top I already had that I liked the cut of, and I traced the shape of that tank top over the inside-out band tee. And then just cut the excess. Make sure you leave yourself a seam allowance when you're doing this. Pin it all down. Sew your pieces together, and you're done. I really liked how this one came out, and it felt a lot easier than it probably looks on video. Starting with my oversized tee, I cut the sleeves off. Then I cut the shirt down the sides, but the top is in one piece. I would not do this again. I was just experimenting, and this ended up making it way more complicated. You know the drill at this point, use a pin to mark when we want to cut off the excess fabric. I wanted to cut a kind of V-shape neckline into this, but with an extra V at the bottom. I also completely freehanded this and it turned out surprisingly well. This is the second V I was talking about. I've seen some upcycled band tees that have this, but it's usually lined with grommets. I did not have grommets, and I didn't want to sink a bunch of money into that for this one shirt. I also freehanded the sleeves. What you see here is not what the final sleeve ended up being. It took me several rounds of trial and error. Then drawing down the sides, I wanted the shirt to fit pretty tight, but I also didn't think to take my measurements or make a pattern. Don't be like me, this was a very vibes-based sewing project. Cut off all the excess. Also use nice scissors, these gray ones were awful. And then just sew the sides together. I said this earlier, but it ended up being quite difficult to sew on the machine because I kept the top as all one piece, so getting the fabric through without accidentally catching the other half of the shirt under it was pretty stressful. If I could redo this, I would have just made 2 completely separate halves to start with. I also had to do a couple of rounds of adjustments until I got the fit I wanted, and even then it still came out a little weird. It was an experiment, so at least now I know what I can do better next time. I had this wonderful idea in my head to close out the video by showing a little montage of all the shirts I upcycled while I am like outside in a park or a nice filming location. But it is rainy, and not only is it rainy, it is currently, as I am filming this, that little chunk of time where New York City is being hit with like the wildfires, so it's like not even safe to go outside, and the rain is not normal rain, it's like full of ash and soot and stuff. The universe is doing everything in its power to sabotage me finishing this video, I swear to God. So instead, a little less magical, but here is just a bunch of footage of me wearing the finished shirts around my apartment. Woo! I'm quite pleased with how most of them came out, to be honest. As you can see, I'm wearing the MyChem crop top right now. If you have stuck around to the point where you're watching this, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. And I will hopefully see you in the next video of whatever it is I end up posting. Goodbye for now.